due to the fact that you are so successful. Because Americans are very fickle, very fickle. He's a very famous individual.
Do you hope he fights again, just personally?
On a personal level, no. I'd rather see him retire and go off into the sunset and be a successful individual. I've been saying this a lot lately. His life's about making memories, and I think Floyd Mayweather has made plenty of memories for himself and for the fans and for the people around him. I don't think if you try to push the envelope too much, you end up getting burned, maybe. And nature is nature, and nature takes its course, and we all get old. So, me personally, I'd like to see him just retire after this fight. I think he's done enough for everybody. He's done enough for himself. And sometimes you bite off more than you can chew and you choke on something. You know what I mean? So, he'll be 39 years old in February. I think it's a good time to retire for him now. But it's easy. Like as I was just saying 5 minutes ago, it's a lot harder to walk away than people think.
Last thing. Do you think he's people are kind of ranking him now and trying to figure out where he places in his career? Do you see him as an all-time?
Yeah, I think he's an all-time great. Like I said before, I think he's the best fighter of this generation, bar none. I think he's probably the best fighter of several generations. I think he's might be the most complete fighter I've ever seen. It doesn't mean he'll beat every fighter because styles make fights. I do think Tommy Hearns would have gave him a lot of trouble. Tommy Hearns, if you look back, took more rounds from Ray Leonard than Ray Leonard took from Tommy Hearns in 2 fights. But, Leonard has the win. It's the way it wound up. So, of course, I think from that stylistic standpoint, I think Hearns gives anybody trouble at welterweight, including Mayweather. It doesn't mean Mayweather's not a more complete fighter. Styles make fights and whatnot. I think you can have these scientific fantasy debates about Mayweather and any great fighter in any era, and he'll belong in the conversation and probably beat most of those guys, if not all those guys, I believe.